Hello, I'm Morris Dimba. Welcome to this tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to import architectural drawing plan into Tekla Structures for structural modeling and RC detailing. Now, if you take a look on the screen here, I did this building in ZWCAD Architecture 2017. It works superb, like it's much better than AutoCAD, plain AutoCAD. Now, if you take a look here, I have a plan here. This plan for 2 families per floor. So this 3-bedroom with access staircase here. Now this will go to up to 4th floor. Now this drawing plan, I want to convert this into PDF. Then from PDF, I'll import the PDF into Tekla Structures. Then I'll start modeling the structural parts of this, and later on detail the RC, and later on give RC details. Now straight away I'll get started here, and to convert this into PDF shouldn't be a very big issue. If you're familiar with AutoCAD, you just go to print here, just come to print here, plot, then you pick the DWG to PDF as your printer name. Then you come to window, then you highlight everything here, and once you've done that, you convert to PDF. I had already done that just to cut down on time. I had converted this into PDF with all these dimensions included. Now they are in PDF. I'll minimize that, and not only minimizing, I just close it just to increase the speed of the system. I'll close this now. I'll close the ZW card. Now I'll come to PDF here. You take a look here, already converted into PDF, this building. Now this PDF drawing, I'll import it into Tekla Structures. Then it will be very useful for us, because we will be using the layout here and these dimensions to place our plinth beam and pad footing and the rest, and columns. Now this one also, I'll go straight and close it. I'll close it right there. I'll close also the ZW card. I'll minimize, I'll cancel everything there. Now this is what I had created previously. Now what we'll do, I'll just cancel this, then we start this afresh. I'll press Control and select everything here, and close it down and start it afresh, so that you can see everything done from 0. Now this is the plan. If I come to plan view, top view, this is the plan already created, and grid lines created. Now I want to show you how to import that PDF. It's already saved on my desktop, or on my desktop. Now I'll go straight away here and come to file. I'll come to file here and come to printing here. Once I've come to printing, no, that's the wrong step. Now I'll come to import. Once I've come to import here, I'll come to insert PDF. I'll click PDF right there. Then the moment I click that PDF, you'll see what's happening, and from there we'll move on. That dialog box will come. This insert PDF reference model will come. Now scale will remain 1:1. Don't change that. Now under file, we'll come to browse here and click browse. This browse will give us a path where the file name for the PDF is placed. Now I placed it, I saved it on the desktop here. Now I'll just scroll here down to track down our plan. This was our plan. I'll open that. Then the moment you click that, you'll see the path of your file here. Now we'll go straight away and click OK, and please note the scale is 1:1. The page is 1 because it's just one drawing. Once you've done that, just go ahead and click OK and wait for the result. There we are. So the moment you see this dialog box becoming gray, means it is becoming gray, and your cursor turns to a plus sign, means the model has been imported, and it's just waiting a click on the screen to place that plan there. Now I want to place it here. I want just to place it here. I want just to click here, just to place it right there, so that we can see whatever has been imported into Tekla Structures. Now I'll right click and click interrupt just to exit from that importation command. Now if you take a look if you take a closer look on the plan, you'll see it's very, very small, and the scale was supposed to be 1:1. The scale will be worked out nicely. Now what we are going to do, with aid of a calculator, let me just minimize this. I want to minimize this. I want to look for my calculator here. Now with the aid of a calculator, we want to rework the scale of our plan, of our imported plan. It has disappeared, and we'll just track it down. This is our imported PDF plan for the building that was done previously in the previous software, ZW Architecture. Now we want to convert this scale to 1:1. We want to take it back 1:1 scale. Now to do that is quite simple. If you take a look here, the measurement, the dimension from this end to this end, to this from this point, from that point to this point, is 10 meters. I mean, it's 10.620. Now we want to take the dimension from this end to end and get the measurement down here on the command line. Then we'll move further on what should be done to convert that scale to 1:1. Now I'll pick distance, then I'll snap right here on top here. I'll snap right here. I'm just zoom closer to make sure what I'm doing is accurate. Let me just snap right there and zoom out and run all the way to this spot. Let me snap right here. You can see it is 152.19. 152.19. Now we'll take this 152.19 and divide. We'll take 152.19 with the 10.620. We'll divide this with 152.19. Now we'll take, with the aid of our calculator, we'll type this 10.620, 10.620 right there. Then we'll divide this with whatever we've got here from measurement, from actual measurement from within Tekla structure. So this measurement is what we'll divide. We will use this dimension. We'll divide this by this. Now I'll press divide on my calc, then come to 152.19. We'll divide that. Now this answer, we'll use this. Now we'll take this 69.78 and divide, and we'll use that 69.78 to scale this. Now I'll double click on this. After double clicking on this, the scale dialog box will come up here, just next here. Then we'll feed that dimension to adjust our scale to 1:1. Now this is the reference model dialog box, and this is where we'll use the dimension we got from dividing this 10.62 by 152.19. then the result, we use that result as a scale factor to convert this to the actual size of the previous plan from the from the CAD drawing. Now let me just bring my calculator here. We'll use this 7. We'll use this 6978119456. Now we can now minimize this, and we'll feed this dimension here. Once you've double clicked on that, come straight away to scale here. Don't go anywhere. Come to scale right there and feed this, and feed that result that you got from dividing this by actual measurement from measure here. Then feed that 69.78119.456. Then go straight away and click modify. Then click expand. There we are, and we'll go straight away and now close this. Now if you take a look, the plan is now similar to this, and if you want to confirm that it's now, if you dimension this manually, you'll actually confirm that this is now you actually confirm that this measurement marries this one or matches this one. Now I'll come to measure here, click measure, then I'll zoom towards this end, and I'll snap right here, then come all the way to this end, just confirm our dimension, whether it is 10.62. I'll snap right there, and we'll actually see it's close. It's 10.6. Let me just redo it. Let me snap right there just to make it much accurate, then go run all the way to that end and snap right there. It is actually 10.620 if you round off that. Now this is the scale we wanted. Now you will use these dimensions to create a grid line similar to this. Let me just double click on this grid line to show the dimensions. I'll double click right there, and you'll be able to see these dimensions. Actually pick these dimensions and fed them here directly to create a grid line similar, a grid line that will accommodate this plan. So you take these measurements on the x-axis and take the measurements from the y-axis here, then feed them in the respective coordinates x, y, and z, and the levels will follow. I used a standard level from 0 to 3 meters to 6 meters to 9 to 12 meters to 15. It goes up to 21 meters. That's the full height of the building. Now that is as simple as that. I'll come up again. You pick now these measurements and feed them here directly on the x and the y axis, and the levels, now you use the standard level of standard height per floor of your preference. Maybe some people use 3 meters, some people use 2.8, some people use 2.5, but the most standard height is 3 meters. Now I have used 3 meters high. Now those you'll feed them on the z-axis, and also on the z coordinates axis, and on the label under z. I mean on the labels under z. That's all about setting out the grid lines and importing the PDF drawing plan for any architectural drawings, and converting the scale to match 1-to-1 scale. Now we are going straight to start placing our columns, a pad footing and plinth beams. Now I'll go straight away and close this. I want just to show you how I arrived here, and I've actually demonstrated that clearly. Now this we will delete because we are going to work to this, because it is actually similar to what we are doing. Now we'll go straight away and click on it, then right click and come to delete. I'll click delete just to get rid of it, so that it doesn't make our work much difficult in terms of graphic. Now I'll right click and fit work area to entire model. There we are. I'll now switch back to isometric view, and remember also to create your view, you just come here and click, and come here and right click on the grid line and come to create along grid lines, create view along grid lines, and create your views. I've already created that, but at the moment there's no need, and you can create that by even picking this. Let me just create that. I'll come here and right click and come to create view along grid lines, and I want to pick it from grid A. I'll click create here. Once I've clicked create, it will generate the views. Now from the generated views, I'll be able to pick on the appropriate view of my preference. Now we'll just give it time to create the views. I'll close this now. Now from the created views here under view dialog box, I'll come here. I can either pick grid line, grid 1. I've picked grid 1, and also I want to pick grid A. I'll come to grid A and pick that. Perfect. I'll close this now because I just wanted the two heights and the full length of the building. I'll come to window here and switch back to isometric view. Now I'll go straight to starting placing the plinth beam, pad footing, and so forth. Let me switch back to isometric view by now switching back to isometric where I'll come to view, then click view to exit from plan. Now if you take a look here, you'll see where I placed my columns. This will guide us appropriately on where to place our columns, or where to place our pad footings. Now I'll go straight here, just make one and copy to the rest. I'll come to concrete right there, and come to pad footing or footing here. I'll pick pad footing, and I'll zoom closer to make sure my snapping is actually on the right spot. Let me just zoom out. Let me just zoom out, and I'll snap right there. Right click and interrupt just to exit from that command. I'll double click just to check the size of my pad footing. Actually it is 1 meter by 1 meter. I'm comfortable with that. I'll close this. Now I'll come to the column here. I'll come back to column here and snap right here, and snap right here. Perfect. I'll double click this to change the height and the size of this column base. The height is 10.5, 1050. I'm comfortable with that. What I'll change is just the appearance of the column. I want this to be similar to this. I'll close this. Let me just close this. I'll click the pad and the column base. I'll click on this, then press Ctrl and click on this. Then come to this cube. I'll pick on right on that drop down arrow, then click on class 1 just to make the color uniform. Then I'll click on empty screen just to remove everything. Now this is where we are now. What I'm going to do, I'll just combine this to be one thing. I'll click on this, then click on this, press Ctrl and click on that. not accurate. I'll select everything, then I'll right click and come to cast unit, then I'll come to add to. I'll add to this. Perfect. Then if I come to my keyboard and press Alt, and if I click that, it will be one thing. Remember what I've done? I've just clicked this one, then I've right clicked, then I come to cast unit. I'll scroll to add to. I want to make this to be a 1 unit thing. Now from here I want to just copy this, or you can just press Alt and pick on any one of them, then you'll find everything being highlighted. I'll right click now. I want to copy this to the rest. I'll zoom closer to make sure I'm snapping in the right position. I'll snap right there. Then with aid of top view, I'll switch back to my plan view so that I'll be able to zoom and place this in the right position. Now we have a column here. We want to place one there. We'll run all the way and place another one here. We'll place another one here. We'll run all the way to another point and place another one here, though they are close, but it doesn't matter. We placed another one there. This is a balcony, and there is no need. This will be suspended with the top slab. Now I'll place this one here. I'll place that one right there. I want to make sure where I'm snapping the right position. Then I'll come here and snap right here. I'll do the same thing this end. I want to snap right here. I want to snap right there. Then zoom out and target another place where marked for column placement. We want to place everything and move to another step. We'll place another one there. Just zoom out, and we want to place another one here. Place another one right there. We come here and place another one. Place another one right there, and place another one right here. Perfect. Another one will be placed here. Another column will be placed here. Another column will be placed here. Another column will be placed here. Just zoom out and target the marked column basis. I'll snap another one there. Then I'll snap another one here. Then I'll snap another one here. Go all the way and place another one here. Place another one here. Yeah, zoom out and place another one here. Just zoom out here. Just zoom out and bring another one here. We have to complete this in the shortest time possible, though I've gone into too much details so that to cater for those who have just bumped on this channel, and the first video is this one, so we have to explain everything, because it might happen that he hasn't passed through the previous tutorial that contains everything I have repeatedly given or talked about. So I have just to take you through from the start. Let me just zoom out and want to place everything in the right position. Just zoom out. We have two columns here, not placed in the right position. Another column here, not placed in the right position. I'll zoom out and target another spot. Another position is here. I'll zoom out again and take a look, or just walk around to see if there is any column or any position marked for column and the column hasn't been placed. Pad footing and column base hasn't been placed. I've got one, and I think we are clear. We are through with this. Remember, these are balconies. This is a balcony for the sitting room, and this is a balcony for the section of a kitchen. This is the kitchen. Now I'll right click just to exit from this. I'll right click and exit. Now if I switch back to isometric view, or switch to isometric view, I was previously on a plan. Now this is the pad footing, and our column base is the pad footing. Now we'll switch back where we were and switch back to plan. Now we want to place the plinth beams. We'll move up a little bit faster. We'll come to beam, we'll come to concrete, then click on beam, then pick on the beam. I want to place a plinth beam from right at the center here. I run all the way to this end. This column and that column are in the same line, so this one will run all the way to this end, to that end. Perfect. Just to switch you to isometric view, just to check on the dimensions of the plinth beam, I'll change the view from plan to isometric view. Then I'll just target the plinth beam I've just placed here. Then I'll double click on it. Once I've double clicked on it, this beam properties dialog box will come up, and from here I'll be able to check on the size of the plinth beam. I'll go to general, then beam, then you'll see that 400 by 300. The 400 is this dimension, the 300 is this. Now I'll just close. I'm comfortable with that dimensions, and you can change that if need be, or this is my preference of the model. Now I'm comfortable, then switch back to the plan view to continue placing the plinth beams. I'll come to concrete right here, then click on the beam, click on the beam right there. I've clicked on the beam right there. I'll snap right here on top of this, then target the next or the adjacent beam and snap right there. Then from there we want to connect another one all the way. They are in the same line all the way to this end. They are in the same line right there. Then we have another one from that spot all the way to this end. Then pick another one from that spot all the way to this end. Right there. Then pick another one from the same position, and I will join this and this. Perfect. Then we target another one from the same spot, from the same spot, and zoom out and target the adjacent right there. Then on the same spot we want to join plinth beam to the other part. And you can notice this runs all the way to this end. Will run all the way to this end and place it right here. Then click on the same spot and target another position where this connects to. This connects to this. This connects to that. And also zoom out and this connect. And disconnect to this. Let me just zoom out, snap on that spot, and this one connect all the way to this end. Connect it right there. Then this connect from this end all the way to this end. Right there. Perfect. We'll connect this to this and connect that to this. Do the same thing to the adjacent column, and we'll connect that to that. Just zoom out and go to another spot. Now we'll come here and snap right here, zoom out and bring this here. Remember, we are retaining that imported plan from imported PDF plan for the CAD drawing in this grid, just to guide us in placement of to guide us in the position where to place the columns. Now I'll snap right there and snap right here and join this and join this to this. Perfect. Now I'll come the same spot and join this one to this one and join this one to this one. Perfect. We are close to winding up. Then we'll join this. Then we'll join this. Just zoom it close. We'll join that to this. Perfect. 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 This has to be joined with this. We didn't place any column here, and first of all, we'll just place our beam first. We'll just place our plinth beam because the beam will be placed in the right position, already set. Then we'll come later on and place our pad footing. Now I'll just do it right here. I'll press Control that, then I'll come to copy and pick that from that position and place it here. Perfect. It has been placed. Then I'll click right there just to deselect that. Then let's just continue and come to beam here. I'll pick on beam. Remember, this will join with this beam here. That one will join with that beam, and this one will run all the way to this end. Run all the way to that end and come all the way from this end to this end. Then all the way from this position, run all the way from this position and to this spot here. Perfect. I'll zoom inside, I'll zoom out to target the locations. Let me just bring it close. Now this has been done. What we can do, we can now get rid of this. PDF imported plan. We can delete it now, so that we have our plan here. Now this is our plan. Now we'll come back to beam here. I want to join this beam to this beam. Then this one will continue from that spot around all the way to this end. Join it here, and from that spot go all the way to this bottom end, I mean this side, and join this to this, join that to that, all the way to this end. Perfect. Then this beam will start from this end, because there's one beam there. And also what you can do, we can just come here and click on that, right click and delete that. Come here on the beam, pick on this, want to join this to this end. Right there, right click and interrupt. Perfect. This has to be linked to this. Now we want to get rid of that, and we'll come to beam and pick on that, and we want to link this. We want to link this to this. Perfect. Right click and interrupt. Remember, this here is where the corridor will be. Now this is our foundation plan for the imported architectural plan previously done in AutoCAD, I mean in ZW CAD architecture, and converted into PDF, and then imported into Tekla Structure for structural modeling and RC detailing. Now I've done that part. Now I want to switch back to isometric view. I'll come to view, then switch to isometric view. I'll click on this, right click and fit work area to entire model. Now this is what we are having. Now this is what we have now, and this is now what we'll pick up from. This is the plan we've imported, and this is how it will be. Now the next, we will be placing the rebars for the plinth beams. We'll be placing the rebars for the pad footing, the rebars for the column bases. This is where we are, and I can turn this round and round and round, so that you can have a closer look and have a clear look and see how it was done. Remember, I imported the PDF, changed the scale to 1:1, and used the same dimensions that they were in the plan to create the grid to match the dimensions of the imported PDF plan from the architectural drawing. Now from this point, we'll wind up and we'll continue with what I've just said, that we'll now place the rebars for the plinth beam and the pad footing, and so forth and so on. Now let's meet then, and bye-bye. I'm Maurice Dimba. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos to come, and let's meet then.